North Korea suddenly attacks America's Apache. The ending. No one saw coming. Imagine this. You're in the middle of a war zone, hearing the thunderous sound of helicopter blades slicing through the air. Suddenly, out of nowhere, a North Korean missile locks onto an Apache helicopter. Just like that, the game has changed. North Korea, a nation whose military is notorious for its unpredictability, launches a sudden strike on one of America's most advanced attack helicopters. Sounds like a plot straight out of a Hollywood movie, doesn't it? But what if I told you this isn't as far-fetched as it seems? Today, we're diving into an unprecedented situation that could reshape the balance of power and redefine warfare in the 21st century. Stay tuned, because by the end of this, you'll be shocked at what happens next. The situation escalates. This isn't just about politics anymore. This isn't just about military tactics or national security. When North Korea suddenly attacks one of America's most iconic and powerful military assets, the Apache helicopter, everything changes. Imagine this. The Apache, revered for its versatility and firepower, comes under fire from one of the world's most unpredictable military powers. This marks a huge escalation. The Apache helicopter is the heart of many modern military campaigns, able to provide fire support and surveillance, but it's also a target. And North Korea knows exactly how to exploit weaknesses in the most advanced systems. But here's where it gets wild. What happens when you throw in advanced technology, a political powder keg, and an unpredictable regime like North Korea? Let's find out. North Korea's technological advancements. North Korea's military capabilities have long been shrouded in mystery, but recent years have revealed a shocking reality. North Korea isn't as far behind as we thought. While the world has mostly known the country for its nuclear threats and missile launches, what if we told you that they've been quietly making advancements in cyber warfare and missile technology? North Korea's missile program has evolved to the point where they can now target specific military assets with frightening accuracy. In fact, experts have confirmed that they now possess missile technology capable of hitting high-value targets like an Apache helicopter, an aircraft that would normally be considered nearly impossible to destroy. The idea of this sudden attack doesn't sound so unbelievable when you consider that their missile systems have grown more advanced over the years, capable of tracking and locking onto fast-moving aerial targets. Imagine that technology in the hands of a regime with nothing to lose. Is the world ready for this kind of power shift? The Apache helicopter, more than just a weapon. Now let's take a step back and talk about the Apache helicopter itself. This isn't just any chopper, it's the backbone of the U.S. Army's attack operations. Capable of launching precision-guided missiles, firing a powerful 30mm chain gun, and equipped with advanced radar and surveillance systems, the Apache is the military equivalent of a superhero. It's feared for its ability to destroy armored vehicles, provide close air support, and gather intelligence from the battlefield. But here's the catch. Even heroes have weaknesses. As advanced as the Apache is, it's still vulnerable to certain types of attacks, especially from missile systems designed to target specific weaknesses. In fact, in 2021, the U.S. Army conducted a series of tests to determine how vulnerable Apache helicopters could be to new anti-aircraft technologies. What they discovered was concerning. As military systems evolve globally, the Apache's place at the top of the food chain could be challenged by nations like North Korea. And let's face it, even the toughest heroes sometimes fall. The element of surprise, how North Korea could attack. You might be wondering, how could North Korea possibly launch a successful attack on such a highly protected aircraft? Well, here's the thing. North Korea has been quietly investing in long-range, high-speed cruise missiles, and they've perfected the art of surprise. A well-timed missile strike could target the Apache when it's vulnerable, either mid-flight or during its most vulnerable moments in a combat zone. Plus, North Korea's missile arsenal now includes the capability to strike in areas previously considered out of reach, especially with their advancements in satellite guidance and long-range targeting systems. Combine that with their aggressive stance on global geopolitics and the fact that they've already proven capable of executing surprise missile launches, and suddenly, an Apache attack seems a lot more plausible. This isn't about brute force, it's about precision and strategy. What would an attack like this mean for the U.S.? So, let's pause and think about the bigger picture. What happens if North Korea successfully launches an attack on a US Apache? It could have far-reaching consequences, not just for the US military, but for global security as a whole. First off, the attack would be seen as a direct threat to American sovereignty and military dominance. But the shockwaves wouldn't stop there. The message would be loud and clear. North Korea is no longer playing in the minor leagues. They would be signaling to the world that they have the means to take on some of the world's most advanced military assets. The impact on global diplomacy could be catastrophic. Would the US retaliate? Would it escalate into a full-scale military conflict? Or would the world be forced into a delicate game of diplomacy? The uncertainty of it all makes this scenario all the more terrifying. And that's the real question here. If North Korea can take on an Apache, what other advanced assets are they eyeing next? The global impact of North Korean aggression. Think this doesn't concern you? Think again. The ripple effects of North Korea's increased military aggression would be felt worldwide. The attack on a US Apache could trigger NATO involvement, and suddenly, the geopolitical landscape becomes even more unpredictable. Would other countries like China or Russia, who have complex relationships with North Korea, choose sides? Or would they simply watch the drama unfold from the sidelines? This scenario isn't just a story of military technology. It's a story of global politics at play, with billions of people's lives hanging in the balance. Imagine your daily life being affected by the decisions made by military leaders halfway around the world. That's the kind of world we could be heading toward if tensions continue to escalate. How the world is responding to North Korea's new threats. The world isn't sitting idly by. Major military powers are already taking precautions and responding to North Korea's growing threats. The US has been ramping up its missile defense systems, and in recent months, there has been increased collaboration with regional allies to ensure military assets like the Apache are better protected. Countries like Japan and South Korea have also been strengthening their defenses against missile attacks. But here's the twist. While these moves are reactive, the real question is whether they're proactive enough. North Korea's missile technology evolves faster than many are willing to admit, and these defense systems may not be enough to keep up. Will the world wake up in time to stop a disaster before it's too late? Are we ready for what comes next? Don't just sit back and watch this unfold. Stay informed, stay prepared, and remember, the next big military conflict could be just one surprise attack away. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you won't miss out on more hard-hitting analyses. The world is changing, and it's time we keep up. Stay tuned and stay alert.